Good morning, members of the State Board of Education. I'm Don Williams, Executive Director of the Connecticut Education Association. And in this time of fiscal challenge, it's critical to make fiscal decisions based on the totality of circumstances facing all schools. There are 4 reasons why it makes no sense to spend $627,000 to reward charter schools for ignoring their enrollment limits. First, there are much greater needs. ECS dollars have been slashed. Schools have cut programs and services for students. The TEAM program, as you have heard, which is critical for teacher training and retention, has lost all funding. Every legislative leader is on record saying these cuts were not intended by the legislature. Second, there is no legislative requirement to fund these slots that break the enrollment cap, and no directive in the state budget. And by the way, any letter from a legislator that wasn't part of the budget as it was being passed is an opinion and not a directive that requires this board to take action. This is a decision that is solely within your discretion. Third, the 3 charter schools making this request all ignored their enrollment limits. Just 7 months ago, the department and the charters confirmed their enrollment projections for this year. This board allocated an additional 504 slots at a cost of $5.54 million. Now, in the same fiscal year, the State Board of Education is being asked to be a rubber stamp and an ATM machine for those in the charter school industry who do not follow the rules. Fourth, there has been no examination of the finances of these schools. For example, in the last year, Capital Prep Harbor did not spend $331,000 of its grant from the state and carried over $275,000. They could likely absorb their unapproved expansion without any additional dollars from the state. Elm City Prep has a balance of $3.5 million in outside revenue on hand, and last year paid a management fee of $992,000 to Achievement First, dollars that did not go to the education of their students. It does not make sense for the board to send another $220,000 to Elm City Prep. So please consider what message your action today will send to charter schools that do follow the rules and spend their money on their students instead of huge management fees. Remember that as our traditional public schools struggle with the budget cuts that you have heard this morning, they also have accepted thousands of students in need from Puerto Rico and have not received one dime in additional state funding. The $627,000 requested for the unapproved expansion should be redirected toward TEAM and the critical programs that affect many thousands of students across the state of Connecticut. Thank you very much.